you'll get $10 off both of them, not just one. So it's off of each product. And I think that's really, really cool. Today is actually being sponsored by Learning A to Z. I have partnered up with them after all of these years. I know I have been spreading the word about this particular program because it is the one go-to tool that every single online reading tutor must have on the planet, because you won't need anything else. So those of you who already have an account, you're going to be able to use this code tutor21. And the rest of you who are like, okay, I've heard Learning A to Z, I've heard you talking about this before, Joanne, but I'm not sure which package I should purchase. Well, that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And then for those of you who are already like huge fans like I am, we are going to give you a sneak peek into what's to be coming in the next school year. That's right. So you do not want to miss this, you guys, because there's some really awesome stuff here.
It's called Razz Kids, and basically it's focused on students. It's really about providing that interactive, that engaging student experience for kids. They're obviously in need of extra practice, right? But practice can sometimes be rote. Practice can sometimes be boring. It's not unique opportunities. That's the really cool thing about Razz Kids. It's engaging. Kids love it. There is a whole community built around the incentives with stars and the things that they can do and the worlds that it opens up for them within the product. So it's not just about getting that instruction that they need, but they're in a universe that is familiar to them. And, you know, they're digital natives kids these days, and they are gamers, and that's reflected in the platform of what they're using. Absolutely. So Razz Kids is a great place to start for kids who need that extra practice.
If you are at the point where you're like, no, I can take on more than that, and you want the best package possible, get Razz Plus. Because Razz Plus has all the teaching materials that are going to go along with each of those books. And so if you do like to have that guidance on, well, how do I introduce the book? Or how do I do these different things? You have all of that information right there at your fingertips. Razz Plus is going to give you both that whole teacher side with all the lesson plans and resources and materials and worksheets and tons and tons of stuff. Whereas Razz Kids is just the kids component, but Razz Plus has both pieces. Next, we've got the vocabulary A to Z. Tell us more about vocabulary A to Z.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So vocabulary A to Z is an add-on, if you will, to reading A to Z or to Razz Kids or to Razz Plus, whatever you're using. But it's really focusing on things like phonics and grammar. It's focusing on spelling. It's focusing on vocabulary in context, able to really hyper personalize that experience. You can take your own spelling words, you can take your own vocabulary words, you can take the vocabulary from the content areas that you're using, you can import that into the vocabulary A to Z platform and make that usable so that it is it's really extending the learning that's happening in other areas, whether that's in the classroom or other areas that you're working on with a student in those after school opportunities.
And there's 2 new products that you guys are going to be releasing in a little bit.
There are. So we have been working diligently on two new programs. One is called Foundations A to Z, and the other is Writing A to Z. Name is familiar. This one is a completely reimagined look at writing and how to bring writing into the classroom, built on the science of writing, really showing that intersection of reading and writing together. They should never be uncoupled, right? They're a part of the skills that we need to really master to be successful readers and learners moving forward. In terms of a focus, Foundations A to Z is your super deep dive, explicit, systematic instruction. It is foundational skills, not just a subset. It's not just phonics. It's not just phonological awareness. It's everything. It's vocabulary. It's fluency. It's, alphabet. It is all of that stuff that kids need to learn how to access before they can even do the hard work of a program like Reading Razz Plus or Reading A to Z or Razz Kids, where they're really more so interacting with that content area, those leveled books. This is really making sure that they have mastered the foundations and that they are set up for success with those that higher order kind of thinking and problem solving and comprehending piece. And then writing A to Z, again, like I said, is just, it's an add-on to the Razz Plus Razz Kids experience, but it is really being intentional about how we teach kids to write, what the implications are of writing, and how writing and reading, again, should never be uncoupled, and what power that brings to students when they become proficient readers and writers.
You guys are going to get $10 off. My affiliate code that I would use in the past had a $5 discount for you. You guys now get $10 off of each one that you purchase. Okay, so let's say you decide to go with Razz Plus and you add in vocabulary, A to Z. You'll get $10 off both of them, not just one. So it's off of each product, and I think that's really, really cool. And I really cannot wait until Foundations A to Z and Writing A to Z comes on out. We are gonna have to connect again when that big day happens, and
we absolutely are.